back on, Gertie Rude, back again, that Friday mood. Well, here we are, we've made it, we're in Friday, late afternoon, early evening. Oh my days, I'm so happy. We've got there collectively, and we should all give ourselves a collective pat on the back. So I thought we'd have a look at what Huggy and Buggy are up to at the moment, and they seem to have been bugging everybody, so let's jump in and see what Kinsey Schofield and this Australian lady, I like Sky Australia, Rita Panini, Panahi, love her, she's brilliant, let's go.
Now look, let's turn to the Royals, because Harry and Meghan have slammed Mark Zuckerberg for, quote, contributing to a global mental health crisis after Meta scrapped fact-checking and restrictions on free speech. Now obviously this is the Donald Trump...
Oh, doesn't that just sound right up their bleeding alley? Moaning about this, that and the bleeding other, Mark Zuckerberg, something or other, no one gives a flip about. It doesn't matter, because you can say what you like on X, so it doesn't matter what he lets go on Facebook. That's probably why he's given up, to be fair. And who decides what misinformation or disinformation is? Do you get me? Capiche? Because there's some people out there that believe the world's flat, and they're entitled to believe that. If they want to go around the place believing that, let them believe it. Other people believe it's round, some of them don't care. You know, everybody's got to... Some people believe in Bigfoot. Is it misinformation for somebody to make a video saying they'd seen Bigfoot? Or even Smallfoot? You know, it's probably just me plodding around the woods somewhere and, you know, in me wellies. So that's happened. And how do you actually define what is misinformation? Because I think they're actually trying to legalise opinions, aren't they? They're trying to say everything is black and white, everything is either right or wrong. So this is sanctioned, that isn't sanctioned. When basically we're talking about, I want to be basically and actually again, aren't I? Yeah, you're probably going to hear a few more of them as we go. But you can't define an opinion. Everybody's got a different opinion. I've got a different opinion to probably you guys. You've got a different opinion. Well, we've all got a different opinion to these two, haven't we? So let's cut to the chase. She's annoyed that he's given up the misinformation thingity-bob that stopped people on Facebook expressing opinions about her and Buggy next to her. Right, let's go.
In full swing at Kinsey.
And the state of their marriage.
What has upset these non-royals so much about the decision?
What's upset the non-royals so much about the situation is, I'll give you one of the lines from the release they sent out.
Right.
They said it was undoubtedly a response to political wins, which is clearly a reference to the upcoming president, Donald Trump, who Harry and Meghan have a very bitter history with. Prince Harry has said in the past that Donald Trump...
Yeah, at the end of the day, Donald Trump is what's called the president. On Monday, 1 minute after 12 o'clock midday, he is the president. Get with the programme, live with it. Okay? There's nothing you can do about it. It won't stop people forming opinions about you. Him being a president doesn't affect you. Only if you want to make it all about you, which, to be fair, I don't know what I'm waffling on about, because, yeah, it will be all about her, won't it? Yeah, come on, let's go.
Has blood on his hands when it comes to climate change. Meghan's called him a misogynist. I mean, they have...
She is like the eternal bleeding victim, this Mel, isn't she? She really is. Oh, everything affects me. It's all about me and back to me. I've reviewed the footage of her because I didn't really bother doing anything because everybody else did it, about her hugging people at the... what did she go to the other day? Or did I review it? Oh, it's been a long week, I can't remember. Maybe I did, I don't know. Anyway, I saw some footage of her. You know where she looks at the camera when she's huggy-bugging? She's hugging. But the bitch she's hugging seems to be a member of her staff. Because she seems to be wearing the same clothes as the sort of well-structured lady that arrived with her. And the same lady seemed to leave with her. Or is it me? Am I sort of looking through me cross eyes? I'm not sure. But, yeah, she looks so sincere. Barry looked like he was going to burst into tears. At the end of the day, well, I don't know, was it the end of the day? It might have been the middle of the day. Might have been mid-afternoon, actually. We can't tell, can we? So, I think only she could cry about bleeding belongings. We should really be throwing a party that they escaped, you know. A lot of mysterious happenings going on there, isn't there? No one knows what's really happening. And, like, I see some footage of, like, razed to the ground, like post Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I used to have photos of that, but I sold them. I was actually in possession of photos of that, you know, one thing and another in my past. Yeah, I wish I'd kept them now, years on. But when you see that far, it does look post-Nagasaki or post-Hiroshima. But everything's burnt except for a plastic Sulo bin. I mean, make of that what you will. Anyway, let's go.
That history with Trump also threatening
Hello,
to
it's
deport
me.
Prince Harry
Hello.
if he's not
It's
in
me.
the state.
It's me in the middle, wearing white, because white denotes purity. And I'm pure as a driven sludge. Anyway. Oh, God, I can't. I don't want to be a bitch, but those trousers, love, really?
Legally. I also think it's funny, I don't know if you were aware of this, but there was
Right.
a story in Page 6 a few weeks ago when Meghan relaunched her Instagram account that Meghan was working personally with Meta to try to navigate bullying online. And this proves to me that...
fuck's sake. Oh, God, I'm sorry about the F-bomb, the Friday F-bomb. She's personally working with Meta for what? She's got herself nosying around the place at Meta. Probably that's why Mark Zuckerberg buoyed her off, really, hasn't she? He, rather. Can you imagine having to listen to her banging on about disinformation and this, that and the other, bullying online. Kids don't bully on Facebook. Facebook is quite unctuous, like YouTube and TikTok. Who would I say is the most unctuous? I don't know, it's probably between YouTube and Facebook. I mean, I know people that have lost their Facebook page altogether for nothing, for just saying something that was took the wrong way. Do get me. You do have to be very self-censored when you express yourself on those platforms. TikTok, oh my God, TikTok is terrible because their bots are so uptight. You can literally say something. I mean, I can't say on here, but I made a comment once and I got myself banned. And I didn't even mean it the way they took it. But when I appealed, they put it back up because they realised they got the context wrong. So it's the bots, basically, that go through and decide. Same as on YouTube. Like I put on my community post, they took a whole raft of comments down that when I went through to my review page and reviewed them, I was peeing myself laughing. They were every single one of the comments that were removed were hysterical. And considering I am a parody and comedy channel, they kind of were in line with the whole zeitgeist and flavour of my channel. But then I thought, if I put them back up, it's just going to cause hell. It just caused ruction. So, but as I said in my community post, I did enjoy them. You're very, very funny ladies, all of you. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'd say you're all ladies. Really very funny observations. So well done, you guys. But anyway, so she's working with Mark Zuckerberg to make Facebook even more vanilla than what it already is. At the end of the day, she's not bothered about people bullying online. She's worried about what people say about her online. Let's have it right. Let's stop playing.
That relationship doesn't exist. And I feel like that relationship doesn't exist.
That inverted nipple dress
is
again.
Potentially resentful about that. And that's why they're so upset about this.
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, it seems like a big sham. I think you're absolutely spot on.
Right.
Now, speaking of those two, Meghan and Harry have taken offence to being called disaster tourists after photos surfaced of them distributing food and supplies to California fire victims. Kinsey, who made these comments?
Justine Bateman is an actress. Family ties her. You might be familiar with her very handsome brother, Jason Bateman, who's also a movie star.
No, I've never heard of them. Not being in America, I've never heard of them, but I'd like to shake her hand because, again, if Madam Bleed Mal over there had her way, she would have been censored. This Bateman lady, actress lady, that I've never heard of, but I know she's famous in America. So I expect all you American ladies will tell me later how famous she is. And if she had her way, this lady, was it Sarah Bateman? Where are we? Sarah, I can't see it. Is it Sarah Bateman, her name? Yeah, would have been censored. She wouldn't have been allowed to express her opinion. People that only really show up at disasters because they've got a foundation and are hoping to finagle, I think is the correct word, money to go through the disaster relief fund, go through her Archwell fund, so she can hand it out on her largesse and keep, like I said yesterday, 95% of it. It's disaster tourism. She can do it. She can do what she likes. She can go where she wants. She can express whatever ideas she thinks. She can pretend to do this or really mean to do that. But guess what? People are allowed to have an opinion. And if she's only ever seen at a disaster, then it's no wonder people will turn round and say, do they turn round? They probably don't turn around. They probably just tell her to her face, "You're a disaster tourist, love. You know, go away. What are you doing round here? Didn't she drive 200 miles or something?" That is like me driving from where I live in Sussex right up to the Highlands of Scotland. It's like take all day.
Lives in the area though. She complained saying
What
that
they
were
there?
tourists that were just coming. Think about how paranoid Prince Harry is about security, and they drove almost 200 miles to walk along our ashes. I mean, it's vulgar. It's vile.
Oh, of course it's well, of course it's vulgar and vile because look at what we're working with. Of course it's vulgar and vile, especially when she wasn't really invited. I can remember. Oh, I can't remember the name of the thing. Lockerbie disaster. Do you remember? Is it on 22nd or 23rd of December 88? 88. So it's just on Christmas week. And all the family were at Sandringham for Christmas, but they sent Andrew up to Lockerbie because he was the helicopter freak, wasn't he? He goes everywhere in a helicopter. So they sent him up there. And he walked around in the ashes and the absolute destruction of the Lockerbie disaster and made a few inappropriate remarks that probably, had they sent any other member of the royal family, wouldn't have happened.
Completely agree with Justine Bateman, and I don't care if Harry and Meghan are offended. I'm offended that you're using our devastation for a photo opportunity.
Yeah.
She was also pictured today at another charity. You can't tell me this woman is capable of disappearing for months, if not years at a time, without having a photo taken of herself. Right. And we see her back to back within the span of a week. Yeah. She is putting herself in the position
she
to
knows
have
there's
a
some
photo
money going,
taken,
darling.
because this is
a disaster relief fund
at a rebrand because Mama's got a new Netflix show coming out, and that's all that this is.
Yeah, actually, well spotted, Kinsey. Well spotted. I think it was Nitpicks put it back to March. They probably just jumped on it as an excuse and thought this is going to be a crock of shit. I know. Let's use the disaster and just put it off till March, where maybe we can get her to do something else. God knows what, though. Please, don't make a documentary about her. She would have done. If that had gone any other way, say this had worked the other day and it had gone any other way, I'm telling you, by about summer, we'd all be sat down watching Netflix, her traipsing around in the ashes. Oh, look at me. I'm here. I'm saving everybody. And I'm wearing white and all.
Absolutely. It's all publicity.
Did she wear white? Did she wear white trainers or something?
Look at me. I'm an angel. I'm so nice. Here, take my photo. Take a photo of me hugging people.
No, I don't believe anything she does. I think everything. She was at one tear left eye looking at the camera. I mean, crass. Crass is a word.
Many of us can see right through that nonsense. Kinsey Schofield, nice to chat. Thanks very much.
Yeah, all right, kids. I think what's happened with the Marklet is nobody's given her the memo that she can use social media for her largesse and for her furtherance any way she chooses to, like with the Sussex Squad and all her different ventures she'd had. Mainly, I mean, you've only got to look at her thumbs. All that, we don't go on social media. No, she's got thumbs at right angles from scrolling. I've said this to you ladies before, haven't I? If you look at the younger generation, you can always tell the ones that are constantly on their phones. And it has to be phone because the other device is your tappity-tap-tap, aren't you? Whereas a phone, you've got those thumbs scrolling. And a lot of them have got thumbs at right angles. They have. Have you seen it? Well, they've got it. I've seen it in her. You can see the thumbs going at right angles. Because she's scrolling on the phone the whole time. So, there's that to it. Yeah, she can make it work for her any way she wants. But nobody else is allowed to, you see. Nobody else is allowed to. You're not allowed to have an opinion. Anyway, I better go because I probably said too much. I think I've said enough, and I might be back later. I'll see what else I can find to have a moan about. Right, love you and leave you, and wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, good night. Please enjoy your weekend, as brief as it is. Try to just be centred in the moment. Be present. Be a human still, rather than a human being, isn't it? Something like that, yeah? Rather than a human doing. That's where I was going. Anyway, love you all. Bye-bye now. I've got to do this. Let's do this. Do this. It will happen in a minute. It will happen. Oh dear. It's not working, is it? It just does that for me. It hates me. Anyway, bye now.